What's up everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you my hitting and pitching settings personally. Some of them might be personal preference, but I know a lot of people are newer to the game and they want to know what's the best way to compete in MLB The Show. Well, I have some settings for you. If you're on the main menu, you go up here to the top right and click settings right there. And we're going to be focusing on the gameplay part of it. Here are my offensive settings that I have. I have base running interface on analog select, so I can select certain base runners where I want to send them. Swing input, you always want to have this on buttons. I highly recommend having your hitting interface on zone. Trust me, it is a lot better than directional. Directional, you just get a lot of RNG. Zone, you can really put it in your hands. It's up to the user to determine where the ball goes. A PCI anchor, I don't really use it. I can just turn it off, I guess, but I just have it on just in case I want to use it and dabble in it. PCI anchor dots, I do have on as well. Again, you don't really need that on. It's kind of personal preference. Plate coverage indicator, this is your PCI. It's the little circle you see on your zone hitting that shows you where you want to put the ball in the middle of that PCI indicator. Center, I have bat. Inner, I have none. Outer, I also have none. That's also personal preference, but I do think bat is really good. It's a new one this year. PCI color, again, personal preference. I have mine on yellow. I don't think I really changed it. PCI transparency, I have it on 70%. Fade out, I have none, so it's always going to stay there. And vibration, I think this is actually a big one. Last year, I discovered that you could actually turn off vibration in game. I had no idea. I turned it off, and now when I pitch, the ball isn't shaking all the time. Like you might notice, like maybe when you're pitching, especially on Xbox with a normal controller, it shakes a lot. If you have vibration off, you don't have to worry about that. It'll sit exactly where you want it. Now we're going to defense here. Pitching interface, I have pinpoint. Right now, I see a lot of people, they are going pure analog just because of the fact that pinpoint is broken. You can get a perfect pitch and it'll go way on the outside of the par, which is the little circle thing you see where the ball will land. If you get a perfect pitch, it'll go way outside of it, and that's just obviously not the greatest. If you go pure analog, I don't blame you for now, just until pinpoint gets patched. But once pinpoint gets patched, I very highly recommend you try it out and get used to it, because trust me, it is the best way to compete in MLB The Show. The throwing interface, I have button accuracy. I don't want to put it on analog or buttons. I want me to determine how good my throw is. There's the little meter for throwing now. It's a little harder than it was in years past. I highly recommend you do that, so you put it in your hands and don't let the CPU decide where the ball is going to go. Throw canceling, definitely want to have this on. If you're throwing to first and some guy is rounding third and trying to head home, you won't be able to cancel it. If you have off, it's just going to continually throw to first. This way you can cancel the throw and throw home and get that guy heading home. Catch position indicator, again, personal preference. Drifting ball is the one with the ball that you see when the ball is hit up in the air. I like that one a lot better than the blue line that you get across the screen. Dive and jump, 2 button, right trigger for dive, right bumper for jump. It's just a lot easier that way, I think. Camera, a lot of people ask about hitting camera and hitting view. Hitting view, I always go strike zone. I want to be as close to the pitcher or as close to the strike zone as I can to read the pitches and see where they're going to end up. Pitching view is a little bit of personal preference. I have mine strike zone too. I want to be a little bit zoomed out so I can see a little bit of the hitter. Maybe if they're close to the plate, I can jam them, that sort of thing. In play view offense, I kind of want to switch this to dynamic, honestly. I think I'll do that now. I've always ran medium, but I see a lot of people running dynamic, and I just like the way it looks, so I think I might keep that for offense. Defense, I always do medium. You can do high, but I've always had mine on medium. All right, so here I'm going to show you my PCI. As you can see, I have the hitting camera on strike zone. The PCI is bat. This is going to be on beginner, so it's a little slow here, but as you can see, you're really zoomed into the pitcher, so you can kind of read the pitches. Personally, I think this is probably the best view. Some people might go strike zone 2, but strike zone 1, I think, gives you the best view where you can see the pitcher. The bat PCI, again, is the only thing I have on. I have the inner off, I have the outer off, so the only thing you can see is the bat. I really like this. It's a new addition this year, the bat PCI. Again, the zone, highly recommend as well. I mean, look right there. This is probably the settings you want to see, and probably the settings you want with shot hitting a bomb. Here's my hitting view for pitching. As you can see, I do have pinpoint on. Again, I would recommend meter right now because it seems to be the best pitching one, but I don't want to lose my feel for pinpoint for when they do patch it. A lot of people, they don't want to go to pinpoint because they see They think it's pretty hard, which at first it was hard to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's definitely the best pitching style that you want to be using. And here you get a little glimpse of the throwing meter there. Like I said, I highly recommend having the throwing meter on. You don't want to determine it up to a computer. You can get perfect throws here. Look right here, long off your throws. The green region will now drift from the center to the right, or from the far right towards the center in an effort to simulate the challenge of making an accurate long throw in the MLB. Now, they did make it harder, like I said, that explains it right there, but if you do get it in that zone, I mean, it's gonna be a perfect throw. Like, look, I got one right there, probably gonna gun him at second. He's just in there, but like I said, this is probably the best fielding setting to have as Corey Seager hits a tank off Ohtani. Hopefully that doesn't happen in real life. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed my settings video. Like I said, some of it is personal preference, so you might not like something I have on and you want to change it. By all means, go ahead. It's a lot of his personal preference, but I think these are the best settings overall to have in my opinion. If they work for me, they work for a lot of other people too. If you guys enjoyed the video and you want to see more, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe down below, and leave a comment what you want to see next. I'm kind of experimenting with different videos, gameplays, maybe settings, maybe challenge videos, who knows. But yeah guys, it's been Jay Shixel. Have a great day.